This is chapter 8. It's called Fallen Heroes. And I'm not talking about me, even though I'm not that far off. I'm talking about the death in October of Eddie Van Halen. And I'm no stranger to heroes dying. I got to see Stevie Ray Vaughan twice when I grew up in Miami, but he died the year after I moved to Austin. And then, you know, Superman, Death of Superman in 1992, I still have my copy in the shrink wrap. There was Batman 428 when Robin died, and Jeff Buckley died in 1997. But somehow Eddie seemed invincible. I mean, he had survived David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar, which is worse, the guy from Extreme, having Alex's ride cymbal in his ear for 40 years straight. But he couldn't survive 2020. And the older you get, the more heroes die. David Bowie and Prince and Tom Petty still really sting. And Prince and Tom Petty both died of the opioid crisis, which also took my sister Hillary in 2019. And that one was the hardest for me because when I was growing up, Hillary was my idol. She was one of those people who was extraordinary. She was beautiful and funny and smart, and she was always the center of attention to everyone but her. Everybody recognized how great she was except for herself. And, you know, it's kind of like the world's greatest guitarist that was afraid to go on stage his entire career. He had stage fright and needed liquid courage. He was the best guitarist in the world to everyone, but he couldn't recognize it in himself. And the tools you use to get through are the ones that are going to destroy you. That line from an earlier song was written about this, but this song, I have a friend, Aaron, who once said that you can write sad, but you have to produce happy. And so some of the catchiest pop songs are also some of the most brutal. And so this song was written in the spirit of Eddie and dedicated to my sister Hillary, and it's called Always Lonely.
Couldn't have known. You're always lonely, but you're never alone. Let she that cast the first stone be always lonely, but you're never alone. Always lonely, but you're never alone. And all the boys wanna be by your side. All the girls wish you and died. It's your heart that is reeling, lost all the feeling, heart that is barely alive. I guess I couldn't have known. You're always lonely, but you're never alone. The queen abandoned the throne. Always lonely, but you're never alone. Always lonely, but you're never alone. When there's no one around, nothing drowns out the sound. The volume increases, you're falling to pieces. There's no one to say, hey, I wish you would stay. Then you're on to the next one, the don't know what's best one, the failing the test one, the you'll never rest one, the nothing but sex one, the manic depressed one, the I should have guessed one, guessed one, guessed one, guessed one. And it's a shame, but it's not all on you, because the pain gives you something to prove. And it's your heart that is breaking, soul that is shaking, time that is wasted on you. I guess I couldn't have known. You're always lonely, but you're never alone. Queen abandoned the throne. Always lonely, but you're never alone. Always lonely, but you're never alone.
Sounded like an 80s song, so I wanted one of those endings where I could freeze frame.